What is up, nerds? This is Crash here with another Team Fortress 2 mapping quick tip. Today we're going to talk about an extremely helpful tool that myself and many other TF2 mappers use to assist the tedious parts of mapping, as well as customize Hammer to be a bit more TF2 specific in general. I'm referring to a Boojum Snark's Team Fortress 2 mapping resource pack. This pack is something I've used since I first started mapping for TF2, and it's been extremely helpful to me along the way. It does a whole ton of stuff that I'm not going to go completely over here, but I'll cover most of the useful stuff. First, we have the prop libraries. These are really useful for breaking out of the model browser and really see what props you have at your disposal. Whenever I'm trying to find a model for an area and I'm drawing a blank on what to use, I load up one of the prop libraries and fly around to see if anything catches my eye. It's divided up into 3 parts as Hammer itself likes to crash if you load up too many models at once. To use this, all you have to do is load up the VMF for the library, find your prop, copy it from the library itself, and paste it directly into your map. Second, and probably one of the most time-saving parts of the pack, is this, the game type library. This is just about every game mode in the game down to its most basic components. I use this constantly and it really helps speed up my mapping process in general. Each game mode is divided up into its own viz group, so you can churn off all but the one you'd like to use and have it all laid out ready for you to copy. To use this, it's the same method as copying from the prop library. Load up the game type VMF, find your specific game mode you want in your map, select the whole thing, copy it, and paste it into your already started project or into a new VMF file. Then it's as simple as just positioning things however you need right on your map. An extremely important note here, however, is that this should not replace actually learning how to create the game mode by hand. That is very important to the mapping process, and this is just a way to streamline things once you know how to actually create it manually. The reason behind this is that if something goes wrong or you want to adjust something, you're not going to have any idea how it all works. This resource pack should never replace actually knowing how to do anything. Just speed up your workflow after you do know how to do it. Next, the resource pack adds in a huge selection of prefabs for you to use on your map. Everything from resupply lockers, 6 different doors with 3 different team filter setups, moving saw blades, setup gates, and a whole slew of other fun stuff. To use these, just have your map open, select entities, click down here under categories and select the prefab that you would like. We'll just go with doors, and then select the prefab that you want specifically. After you've selected it, just click on your map as you would place any other entity. The cool part about this is that I can actually click again and everything is dynamically named and set up to work automatically, so nothing will interfere between the two of them. Each door is getting a unique name to itself. After you place the prefab in your map, make sure you change your default entity back. I personally go with prop static, so you don't create more prefabs on accident afterwards. Now, same as the game mode prefabs, this shouldn't be a replacement for knowing how to do these things. Learn how to make doors, then start using the prefab to speed things up. I cannot stress this concept enough for this pack. Another cool thing that this pack does is just small improvements to the FGD in general. This includes icons and models like the respawn entities, so they're TF2 specific. It also cleans up the Hammer 3D viewports to be more higher res and just look crisper in general. This stuff isn't necessary, but it cleans things up and just makes it more pleasant to use Hammer. And on top of all this, is extremely easy to install as it comes with its own installer and even loads up in an uninstaller in case you change your mind afterwards. So if you're interested in using this, just follow the link to the resource pack hosted on tf2maps.net in the description below. Read up on it some more for the things I didn't cover, give it a download and run the installer, and enjoy an improved, streamlined TF2 mapping experience.